In this video, I'm going to talk about a story that I got from the dark side. The dark side is Fox News. Let me read this and I'm going to talk about it. So the article says, woman heard God say, "Return to me," after years of living as a trans man. This is the slop, the propaganda that Fox News is putting out right now. It says, one night I was overwhelmed in the darkness, sobbing in bed, Gillespie wrote. Needing to know God's mind, I climbed out and crumpled to the floor, crying for relief, for clarity. Not a half-hearted cry like the ones I had made so many times before without being willing to change or surrender, but a deep soul cry from a place of abandonment, a cry for him to come rescue me. After 6 years of living as Bryson, I cried out, "What do you want from me?" There on my bedroom floor, I heard God speak into my heart so clearly that I will never forget it. He said, "Return to me, Kayla." Okay, so this woman, Gillespie, is now the founder of Renewed and Transformed, which is a ministry that focuses on Christian teachings related to faith, sexuality, and gender identity. So sounds like a conversion camp. So obviously coming from Fox News, this story could be completely made up, but this woman does exist, and so does this business. But I want to talk more about why we're seeing more attention in the media on things like this, really religious detransition stories. Kyla claimed that she needed to know God's mind. And then she had a hallucination, and somehow that meant she had to do detransition. And I've heard this before multiple times. It's a very common detransitioner argument. I spoke to God myself and he told me what to do. So for a second, let's just remove religion from this situation. Let's say that this woman had claimed she saw the Easter Bunny and spoke to the Easter Bunny, or she saw a mermaid and spoke to a mermaid. That would be completely delusional. But because it's Christianity, this is acceptable. Or imagine she claimed that God told her to kill somebody. Would that be justified because she's claiming the information is coming from a God? No, it wouldn't. But this is the message Republicans are sending out to the public. Our media is being censored and controlled at levels we have never seen before. And the idea that a trans identity is wrong or a sin or something to be ashamed of only comes from religious propaganda and religious delusion. Republicans, whether they believe this religion or not, have a political agenda. And we've known for decades that Republicans use religion and weaponize it in order to complete their political agendas. This should be wrong because legally we have a separation of church and state. We're a secular nation. When it comes to detransitioning, you have to look at the facts. Detransitioning is extremely rare. 99% of trans people never detransition. And for the ones that do, their top reasons are pressure from family or parents to detransition, pressure from religious institutions like churches, and political cults like Turning Point and those type of cults, fear of their own personal safety and violence, and discrimination. So most of the time, trans people don't detransition because they change their mind. They're doing it for either a religious reason or some other delusional reason. So statistically, detransitioners retransition later in life, and then this can happen several times throughout their life, going back and forth. So in this case of Kyla, she changed her mind on her religion and no longer believed in trans identity. And that's where the delusion sets in. Because all major medical associations, along with doctors, researchers, gender experts, psychiatrists, pediatricians, sociologists, and trans people themselves approve of gender transition for trans people. We have research and data and statistics on all of this stuff. So to deny the actual evidence here is to deny reality. Detransitioning, aka living in the closet, can lead to more depression, more suicide rates. And I'm not saying that this person shouldn't be able to change her mind, because she should. But what I'm saying is that this story should not be propped up in media to represent trans people or the trans community in any way, right? She changed her mind. This person was someone who detransitioned because they became delusional. And they actually believed that they talked to a god, a mythical, fictional character. This should be very alarming. And to me, it invalidates any legitimate argument that this person could have had, especially when research, facts, and evidence prove that this person already was wrong and is delusional. Republicans will continue to push stories like this in the media, perhaps thinking maybe it will encourage trans people to abandon their true identity. But this certainly will not persuade me. And as always, guys, be very careful where you get your information. Please like this video, leave your comments, subscribe to stay updated, and I'll be back very soon. Bye.